We're here with Councilman Paul Manson, Councilman at Large, City of Manson, Democrat. Worked real hard at the work session for the restoration. What's the official title of the plan you were working on?
Financial restoration.
Let me get a picture of that. Okay. And sum it up for the readers and viewers of the Stark County Political Report. What's your takeaway from tonight's session?
First of all, we were unhappy that we were allowed 4 months to work on this between the administration. We had to have a plan back to them. They set the date 4 months back from March 19th. I forget what date would have been. Was that December 19th? Maybe it was back in November we set that up. Anyhow, most of the time was used by the administration. We want more time to look at it and talk about these things. And I think most people realize that when you don't feel comfortable with something and you don't understand everything and you feel pressure, usually a lot of times you just say no because you don't understand it well enough yet.
You think that's where your fellow council persons are headed?
Some of them are definitely like that. And then the other part of it is we come down to the disagreement on the philosophy, should you do a property tax or a city income tax? Our problem here is the schools are outrunning property tax levies right now too, and they got hammered before. So what chance are we going to have of getting two things through that would apply to individual's property tax? One for street repair and things like that, and vehicle replacement, and then maybe another one for the school. I don't know. I guess what comes down to us deciding the way to go. I've always supported the income tax, but it's got voted down twice. So,
if you had to answer the question, if you thought council was going to approve this plan or not, what's your estimate at this point?
As it is, I don't think so. There have to be some changes go on in it.
Which could mean across the board 15% cuts come April?
Well, I guess that's the way the Ohio Revised Code reads. But hopefully we could get something, maybe at least get some extension out of it, but I don't know if that's possible. They're telling me they have to go right by the Ohio Revised Code. So I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Do you hold the administration responsible for the abbreviated time frame that council has to consider this matter?
Some of it. Some.
How much?
I think I would have felt much better if they'd have got it to us a month in advance. And I think that's probably about how long we had the last time.
Who bears the other responsibility?
Not us.
Is it the commission?
Well, they're part of it, But they expressed, when this first came up, they talked about trying to get something to council in time for us to be able to work with it too. Some of those people were concerned about thinking about us and how we're going to handle it.
Okay.
So, and this is where we ended up.
Okay.
I mean, this is a difficult thing, and I think something like this, whether you like it or not, you need to have time to talk about it. To start getting the feedback from the people around town. And maybe some things that you're negative about initially, maybe you won't be after some discussion and some time, but it takes time to get comfortable with some of these things.
I think it was Councilman Stinson that broached the idea of entertainment tax.
Yes.
Is that viable in terms of the amount of dollars you could generate with that, and receptivity? Maybe people just figured, well, that's just a few more bucks for my cable TV.
Well, a couple things that have been talked about. One was a seating tax at the theater. Whether you make it a flat 25 cents, 50 cents or something, or a percentage of the ticket. When I brought that up, I immediately got some emails from representatives of the theater association. I still have them at home, but I don't know, who they were. But I heard from them right away. But I mean, a lot of places do things like that. The other one would be like something on the cable TV.
And Maslin has the power to do that sort of thing?
I think we have the right to implement something there.
And you could generate, $700,000 a year with that?
I don't know how much it would generate.
Okay.
It might not be anything close to that, I don't know, but I feel certain that we, could probably do something like that. And it should at least be seriously studied. We're talking about putting everything on the homeowners, and there are a lot of people that come to Maslin to work that don't live here. And this plan that we have here would not have anything to do with them. They wouldn't pay any. Many of our employees live outside the city. They wouldn't be paying any of this. This is all on the homeowners. And we've already been doing that with the street lighting fee. And I think that's why you're seeing some of the council people just don't like it. I don't know where we're going to end up.
So would it be fair to sum it up from my perspective that it really is an open question whether or not Maslin City Council is going to approve the plan as presented?
Right now, I think you're accurate.
Okay.
I think it is open. Still, time sometimes can change things. If you meet and you discuss and you get ideas and recommendations and you hear from people, but we don't have time. So right now, a lot of the people sound pretty negative on it. They're not happy about the property tax.
Now, I noted that early on you asked Director Kohler if Mayor Catazero Perry was going to be here. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the response was, and the reality was, that she wasn't going to be here, and she didn't appear. Would it have been helpful for her to have been here tonight, in your opinion?
That's too hard to try to guess at. It could have maybe been helpful, and maybe, again, it may have erupted into a verbal brawl. Who knows? Okay. So it may not have been helpful. Okay. It's not that big a deal. She had somebody here. And okay. Ken's been involved in the whole process. So I'm sure, now there's some things he won't stick his neck out on because he is not the mayor, but he still knows what's going on with the process as well as anybody. Probably even better. Probably the best of anybody, even including the commission people and the people from the state and everything.
So he really is the guy with all the knowledge within the administration.
I think so.
Okay. Well, thank you, Councilman Paul Manson, Democrat at large, City of Maslin.